Now, the residents of Teshi at Blazer are unhappy about the slow pace of work following the JoyNews campaign to get Lekma Road fixed. 4 months ago, residents were elated after authorities responsible moved to site to begin constructing the vehicle-damaging and abortion-causing stretch triggered by the pressure from the Fix Lekma Now campaign. It's exactly a month since the JoyNews team visited the road. At the time, only 3.5 kilometers off one lane out of the 7-kilometer dual carriageway had been leveled with granite. The news team went back to assess the progress of work, only to be accosted by unhappy residents who are demanding a quick completion of the road. Roland Walker has more.
We all do know that it's a 7.5-kilometer stretch. Now, what this means is that construction will be done at various sections of the stretch. And of course, we also do know that the president had been here, done some inspection as part of the project, and ultimately that's how come we got to know, as you also said in that intro, that ultimately by the close of the month we should have one section at least opened. What they are trying to do is quickly, the contractor finish that stretch as part of what you're seeing. So they have all these signs giving the diversions and the indications to oncoming drivers and vehicles as to what they need to do. They're currently doing the median section of the stretch. Ultimately, that will connect to the other sections that have been done. We're just in the early entry, or the initial entry into the section from the Kofi Annan end. So you get to find that the contractors are working with the various block workers to make sure that the median is done. And those who tend to ply also tend to have their own concerns being raised about the pace of construction, because usually since we started visiting the section of this stretch when the construction started, that has been the main concern of not only the residents around, and you can find many of them dotted around, because once construction starts, it also means that the dust tends to make entry into their home. I would want to speak to a couple of the commercial drivers. They tend to ply the stretch, and so we will first also get to speak to a driver who has decided to speak to us, and we will have him speak to us, and I first would want to ask him, what's your name, sir?
My name is Mr. Boy.
Mr. Boy.
Yeah.
And you've seen since the initial issues were raised with the hashtag Joy FM, Joy News, Fix Lekma Now, the road starting, you have seen the construction. What will be your own observation since it started?
My observation is that this thing must be concluded a long time. It has kept so much. So now they are doing well, but they are slow. Okay. You see, the team must go improve, because there's a lot of dust. You see, those who live in the other side, always you see how the car is going. There's a dust. All can give sickness, you see. So I'm preferring the government improve things so that this thing must be completed earlier.
But it's still better than no road construction at all on the stretch.
It is. It is.
But tell me, even though the construction is ongoing, how difficult is it for you as a commercial driver to ply the road?
As a commercial driver, they block part of the entrances. Because of that, when you are entering to one part, you have to go and turn a far place before you enter.
Okay, so you take me through the stretch from beginning, from when you're making entry through the Kofi Annan end, and describe for me the various issues you have, and maybe also the progress on the stretch, because it's a long stretch. We have a distance of about 7.5 kilometers as we have it from the Ministry of Roads.
A lot of work has been done. Truly, when you speak, it's quite all right for everybody to understand that. There are a lot of work has been done, but it remains.
Okay, so which section is this?
31st Division Junction.
Okay, this is 31st
Junction.
31st Junction.
Yeah.
And then from here, I see that one part has been done up to which point?
It has done to the filling station. Okay. Yeah, that point. And from there to Lekma end on the bridge.
The Lekma end will be the hospital?
The hospital. Okay.
Yeah. And after that, up to the junction, is it Regiment or where?
I haven't been to that area too much, so I don't know what has been occurred there.
But ultimately, we're told that by the close of this month, the contractor should be able to finish one end, and we're seeing that this will be the end. That should make you happy.
Oh, that should make me happy. It will make me happy because You see, when we are applying a rough road, always we are changing things on the car. Always go to Aboso County bypass. So if one side is okay, we can, kept it like that.
But it means that, the ministry and the government has kept their faith with the promise they made.
A little bit.
What do you mean by that?
Remain a little bit. It must be complete, fully.
Okay, to be done.
Yes.
The president says it to be done. He was here yesterday. He says it.
So.
All right, Mr. Boy.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I wish you the best for the day.
Thanks.
Okay. So where are you going next?
I'm just roaming. I'm finding somebody to pick. So.
All right. Okay. Thank you. And so you get to find that many of them are applying this stretch. I'll speak to another gentleman, and then we'll also get to have his view on the subject. Mainly, for those who have the private cars. The cars usually will be in good condition. Will be in good condition. So it will mean that it is the commercial drivers who tend to have a lot of problems. Now, so I want to speak to this gentleman as quickly as possible. Doing the interviews on the spot sometimes has its toll, but the commendation is that they are willing to speak. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
What's your name?
My name is Tetataria.
Tetataria.
No, I know.
Okay, I see that. Are you going to pick somebody?
Talk the tree.
Okay. J problem. Why you know Wiega?
Okay.
Me why we?
My Wiega.
Me na kani. No mbe o ya.
Me ya Teshimam be.
Teshimami. O ya o mukolo.
Okay,
so he's just having his usual rounds. There's no Uber, so they are not connected to any network at all. So he's just going around making sure that, he gets somebody to pick, or if he's able to get somebody to pick. But one lane. Are you familiar with a stretch? Stretch or a familiar? No, but you know, me. Any afe, any.
Africa Germanet, Biana Ashe La Scala. Biana Ashe La Scala. Now half, extra half.
No, Jama fan half.
Da Jama Begona, Ashe Jama Shiku. I'm a 14. She a Sheku Manet, a Sheku Jama.
He says that they started the construction from Manette and they've done various sections and so they've done one end, just like we're also told by the president or the Ministry of Roads that one will be opened by the close of the month. Obanyoro Owe about the pace of work. Beni afe in terms of quickly as possible. Hanye.
Bele bien leto we biewa. Sin bodomo na be na fiole ka fiole like sin ebawawo. Ni be na fiole like be won feel correct. I feel correct wa.
Bo wa ke MPA ebo modern.
Oh, MPL be ade le ka fi ogbeji fan be na won like ebo modern. Gbeji ni gba ona. Na ka fi awole ba se wa win ego. No se ne bo modern awo egbe yi. I got better Teshimam fair, no didn't bow on 93. No, I got a problem.
And the member of parliament here is Dr. Niyoko Boy. I decided to mischievously ask that question about whether the MP was doing well or not. And he said, oh, yeah, this is a great mark of commendation for the member of parliament for the area. And that for the residents of Teshi, one of the key issues they have usually has always been their road. And once this main road is also constructed, it means that residents along the stretch, those who tend to ply the stretch in the constituency, will be happy with him. We could even give him a nod for another term. Well, that's also for another day. But no, me know about onye no wie he ni ji o concern ye pace ni ake fegbe.
Oh, me no you are jagesi. Be na me fiole wona mi she wona mi she wa no go boele modomo na first ele wo fele wa fiu no lage biale we fi wa daga ba fi gbe no biale we mi ya ba fi gbe no biale minege na mi she wa.
Okay, so the politics of it, and he says that so far over
you. Thank you.
Okay, so he's going back to work. He's on the road trying to get the various areas covered according to his usual route, and so he says he's happy that the road has been done or is being done, and ultimately you get to find out there's a certain section which is start, and this will lead you to the Lekma Hospital area.
And thank you, Roland Walker, for that.